Hey y'all, how are you? Well, I've been cleaning out my pantry, straightening it up a little bit. Trying to get ready to put extra food in here for the Christmas season, the holiday season, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. And I've been meaning to make this video for a while because I don't know if you're like me, but I like to go to people's houses. Now, this is going to sound like I'm nosy and I'm stalking them. But I like to go to people's houses and get ideas. I don't judge, what cleanliness or anything, because oh my word, y'all could do that with me, and I know that I need grace. So I do not go to people's houses to judge. But do y'all ever has anybody ever been to a home tour, especially at Christmas time? I don't know, do they have those in places other than the South? Because we used to have home tours. Probably used to is the operative word, because I went to them with my mama, my grandma, and my aunts. But now maybe a security issue might be the reason that people don't have home tours or open houses. But anyway, I used to go and loved, for the same reason that you look in a magazine for ideas, or nowadays on Pinterest, or go to the where they got the beds and all the stuff arranged and set up at the department stores. I like to go to people's homes and get practical ideas and see practical things in use. So I'm going to show you my pantry only because I thought maybe it'll give somebody some idea about maybe how to arrange your own pantry. Now, first thing is, every pantry and every home I've been in has been different, obviously, because the homes have been different sizes. We've lived in a duplex, we've lived in an apartment, we've lived in a 1,400 square foot home, and now this one is, well, the one we lived in before now is, double the 1,400 plus, and this one is too. But hey, the next one we have is going to be a camper. And after that, we're going to have a cabin, a small homestead. So, I run the gamut on house sizes that we've lived in and are going to live in, Lord willing. So I just want you to know that, because, I've had different size pantries, and you do what you have to do according to what you have. This particular, what I'm about to show you, when we bought it, was the people's bathroom. It was a full bath. It had a shower in it, and we're on the lower level as you come in the back door. But they had a pool, the one we just tore out, and there's a video showing about tearing the pool out. But and it's got the stone floors in here so that they could come in. They swam a lot, and they could come in and shower and everything. So this is right by the back door, right before you get to the kitchen. Also, I'm going to show you what we call the long pantry, just to differentiate when I send the kids to get something. We call it the long pantry. And I'm going to show you that. Well, actually, it's right here. And that's, it had the louvered doors on it when we moved in here. And we ripped those off because I'm not a fan of louvered doors. And I've been meaning to put a quilt or something up there, but frankly, number one, it's easy to just find what you need and grab, and I love to see my jars full of stuff. So we just have that open. Oh, and it didn't have shelves. Mr. Patient put those in as soon as we moved here too. So he put the shelves in. It was just open, for their broom closet or whatever. And then I'm going to show you what Mr. Patient and my second oldest son turned into. It was the shower, and they turned that into shelving as well. So I turned the light on for you, but normally we have little twinkle lights right here. So just so you know, and I can't help but show you this one. See me too, so hello. Anyway, we've got little twinkle lights up there, and then I've got just a wire basket with the towels thrown up here. I'm just thrilled that they get washed. Not, sometimes they don't get folded, but One of my sons, well, actually more than one, but at the time one son was a metal worker, a blacksmith, and so he made that for me for my specifications. And then this, you know what, there was a hole in the wall. So I'm not a painter. I'm not handy doing what I call man jobs. Now, I don't mean to be offensive. I'm just saying in my house, I'm not, you know, my husband's the one that paints and hangs photos and things. So, you know, in my sister's house, it's different. She loves all those things, but I don't know how to do those type of things. But I did fill this hole, and then I just decided to paint over it with chalkboard paint, and I wrote my third son's favorite verse, and then this is my youngest son's handprint. And did you know that you can spray paint it, not spray paint, spray hairspray over your chalk verse or whatever that you don't want to smudge off, and it will stay there. It can't smudge off very easily. You can still get it off with water, but see, it won't smudge off. Okay, we're over here to this side. What I told you earlier is called the long pantry. There's our pet ladybugs. If you follow us on Instagram, you know I struggle with those. Okay, here's my long pantry. Now, it doesn't have a light in it, but since I'm filming this for the purposes of giving y'all ideas, let me tell you what's up here. So up here, I just keep my, can y'all see that? I keep my Tupperware, things I use once a year. And then I have my 2 coffee urns for company, because we have a lot of company. And then I have my legumes and just different things up there. Dried fruit. And then these are 2 gallons deep. So I've got grits back there. And I've got cornmeal. And different things in different jars. I did put the tapioca in an antique jar because I don't have the fear that somebody's gonna, you know, eat a lot of tapioca and get my jar down and break it. There's not a big run on tapioca around here. So I've got my Trim Healthy Mama Sweet Blend that I need more of. I'm out of. Can't seem to get enough of that. And then my popcorn. I've just got, I don't keep a lot of plastic containers, just a few, especially the big ones. So they're right there. That's pretty much all I keep of plastic containers. And then I've got this little doodad that I love. I bought this at Goodwill, and I pull that out during the Christmas season. It's kind of mismatched, but it tells me I have lovely children who help me. So I'll pull that out during the holidays and set that on the counter. And by the way, I use that stuff when I have a lot of company too. I just put a sign out and say, hey, dishwasher's empty. Help yourself to load it when you're finished with your plates and your dishes. And I've never had a complaint yet. But, okay, when we moved in, this little space did not, it was just open. None of what you see was there. None of the shelving or curtains or anything. So this is a saying, Depression era saying that my Aunt Coco always said, and her mom always said. So I just found this board, painted it. I'm not a painter, but I can, if it doesn't have to look nice, I can paint and then paint over. So I did the crackling stuff. And it says, use it up, wear it out, make it do, or do without. And I got these different hooks from all kinds of places, eBay, antique stores. These shelves that he made 2 different times. He made this one first per my request. And it's just more space, more, you know, to put more things. I've got my soap making supplies, my extra spices from the Amish store in Ohio, a box of chips, and extra cereal up there, and then our popcorn maker that I found brand new at Goodwill. We'll use it often. I liked that so much, I asked him if he'd make a second shelf. And again, I painted it. He put this molding on it, or edging, and I painted it just with some scrap paint I had, or he had. Bought these at Hobby Lobby. These are brackets are from eBay, or yeah, eBay. So again, my jars. So over here I've got, it's basically spices, surplus spices. I'm going to show you my main ones in the kitchen. So just extra spices, additional, or some that I don't have in the kitchen, but, and they're in alphabetical order. Most of them are, or at least the arrangement makes sense to me. I'll put it to you that way. So, old jars. I do put things in old jars that the family's not going to handle a lot. So they're not going to get into my peppermint tea much. So there's that shelf of spices, seasonings, and so forth. And then I've got, remember I told you, we turned, Mr. Patient and our second son, turned the shower into a pantry. So I can't get a good shot because I'm standing back here in the corner as is. But let me just scan for you like this. So on the bottom, that's our camping tub with things that are ready to go if we ever get ready to. Okay, this shelf is just random. It's my big boy shelf. They're allowed to keep whatever down there. And my storage bags, plastic bags. Yes, I do use those. Not often. That box will last forever. Hot tea kettle and other things back in there. This is really deep. I mean, it's the size of a shower, so it's pretty deep back in there. Now, I don't typically have these many store canned goods, but I'm trying to build up for the season. I do also have my home canned goods. So there's some things in here I don't typically buy, but I try to make life easy on myself, and I've got another video I'm going to make about that, and I'm going to tag it here. Now, it's washi tape, and I typically write on it. You can see that used to say applesauce. And so after the Christmas season, I'll probably write on that again, and I'll know what's where, what's supposed to be where. So I've got fire cider. Do y'all make fire cider? Apple pie filling and different fruits. And then up there, just my tubs. They're all labeled. Cookie decoration stuff, pickles and preserving stuff, pickling and preserving. And then I've got my garlic and my onions, some of them. That's it, and there's where Grace comes in because my floor is nasty. It needs to be swept. Alright, so this was just a blank space when we moved here. I don't know what they did. There was a phone jack, so I'm not quite sure. We put my extra refrigerator in here that we've had forever, and we love it. Love having a secondary fridge. Do y'all have a secondary fridge that's so helpful? Okay, so here is my cabinet in the kitchen that I use for my spices. My spice cabinet in the kitchen. This is my container of, I didn't tidy this up before we got here. This is my container of homeopathic remedies. And these are my little dewies that my daughter-in-law made to put around my ball jars for when I drink my Trim Healthy drinks. Those are awesome. So inside the cabinet, I have different things attached. So that's helpful, notes or whatever. Nobody's going to see it, and I know where to find it. I've got just my labeled, I mean, this isn't anything earth-shattering, really. My nerve tonic when I need it, which is it's right here handy. Just saying. Okay, so I'm a little bit of an organizational oddball, I guess, because I've got, these aren't in alphabetical order. These are according to how I use them. And I even have it labeled here for the purposes of when somebody uses it, they know where to put it back. So it's just organizational. So I've got my time, everything's labeled, and I put them in this, and you say, oh my, I wouldn't need all that space for spices. That's fine. This is me. This is just me. I'm out of parsley, so I need to, but this is just me. It works for me. I've not changed it in the 5 years we've lived here because I like it. It works for me. My spice mixes, my bay leaves. Oh, I love cooking with bay leaves. So this is what works for me. These quart jars. And the last part of my tour is this. And you can see this is in our family room, the den. I didn't pick it up for y'all either. Oh, I'm so sorry. But this is life, turning real, folks. But this is shelf that Mr. Patient built this spring so we'd have a place to put our home canned goods. You saw we do buy store-bought, but we're in the process of getting to the point in our lives where most everything is home canned. So we're working on it, you know, we're on that path. I've got my canners up there, my great aunts and my two, my squash. Everything's categorized, and I love labels. So, you know, I just printed those off and no big deal. Actually, it helps me so I can remember what's in everything. Here's my dehydrated things, different things. So it just helps me to remember what I put in each batch. Like right here, I would never remember what this is. So Swiss chard and candy onions. And down here I've got my surplus of, in that container, Georgia Peaches boxes of organic cane sugar, and then I've got honey and apple cider vinegar and different things down there. So I wouldn't have had room for all these in the other pantry area. So I'm loving this shelf that he built me. I really appreciate it. And when we do move, this shelf will go in our storage facility and we'll put things on it, and then we'll use this shelf in our homestead. So I really hope that some of this helped you. If you liked this video, let us know down below by clicking like. And I hope it helped you in some way. just to give you some ideas of how somebody else does things. I did line this. We didn't paint it or anything. We did line it with my Amish newspaper, which is called The Budget, out of Sugar Creek, Ohio. That's the only newspaper we get. I hope it helped you. I hope it did, and I hope you'll subscribe below. Please comment if it helped you at all so that I can have an idea of what you'd like to see. Thanks for walking life with us. And from Miss Katie at Heritage Ways, we'll see you next time.